If you are a fan of banga soup, gather here. If you have been wondering how do they make this banga soup that is always on point, you have been trying to make banga soup but your own is usually somehow, and you want to know how to make banga soup, that special banga soup that is in eating starch and probably any other swallow. If you want to know how to make that banga soup, gather here. So in today's video, I'll be taking you through the process of how I made this delicious banga soup recipe. Hi guys, if you're new on this channel, welcome. My name is Favours. So let's dive right into today's video. First, you get a very clean pot. Then I'll be pouring in my preferred protein. Then I'm going to be adding a seasoning cube, salt to taste, and a herb, rosemary herb for cooking meat. So this is the pepper I'll be using: pepper, onions, and ginger. Then I'm going to blend it and pour it into the pot. Rinse the blender very well because some is still left inside. Then add a little bit of water. Then I'll give it a very good stir and leave it to cook for about 10 minutes on medium heat. This is after cooking for about 10 minutes. Then I'm going to be adding the red beef, then the cow skin, the one we usually call bomo. So I did this first because the first meat I added usually takes more time to cook. So this is how I make my banga. I would just, not just banga, every other soup. When I found out that there are some meat that usually takes more time, so I will start with that particular one. So I'm going to give this a very good stir, close, and leave to cook for another 10 minutes. So while we're waiting for the protein to cook, this is the palm kernel extract we'll be using. The banga we'll be using is a canned one, not fresh one, the one we normally use in Nigeria. This is the canned one. So I'm just going to take off the, what's it called now, the cover, whatever. Then I'll get a very clean bowl. I'll transfer the palm kernel extract into this bowl. I'll tell you the reason why, but just watch so you know. So after transferring the palm kernel extract from the can into the bowl, I'm going to use a very hot water to wash it, like to rinse it out. You know, palm kernel extract with cold water, so that I will be using warm water, so it will bring out every other palm kernel extract that is inside the can. Now to the reason why I'm making my banga this way. First, let me tell you, this is the best way you can make banga. The best, believe me. If you're using canned palm kernel extract, this is the best way. You need a very good bowl. Mix it with warm or very hot water. This is to make sure that the particles inside does not follow the palm kernel extract into your pot. You mix it very well. In fact, you use anything at all, just mix it very well. Just make sure that there is no lumps. Then you leave it to cool down for about a minute or two. Then you transfer your palm kernel extract into your pot. Now, as I'm going to transfer mine, I will show you guys the particles inside the palm kernel extract. Like I said, it looks like sand, but it's not sand. If you made mistake to add this little particles into your banga soup, believe me, you're not going to enjoy your banga soup. To just look like baby soup, like food that little baby has prepared. So this is me trying not to pour in the particles into my pot. See, I'm gradually sieving it. Can you guys see? This thing looks like sand. Make your banga this way just to avoid these little particles. You see, hope you guys can see. This is the particles. If you made mistake to put this inside your pots of banga, forget it. You won't be able to eat that food. So this is the reason why I use this particular process. It takes time, but trust me, to give you the best result that you want. So I'm done sieving. I'm just gonna give this a good stir and close to cook for 10 minutes. So this is after cooking for about 10 minutes. You see the oil is popping out already. Your banga soup is not yet ready. I'm just going to give this a very good stir just to make sure that our soup is not burning. Then I'll be adding some seasoning cubes. Then I'm going to be adding a little bit of pepper. Remember from the beginning I added some scotch bonnet, but I don't think that will be enough. So I added a little bit of dry pepper, salt to taste, then crayfish, because you can't make banga. In fact, you can't make any soup without adding crayfish. Let me just say it. Then I'll be adding the banga spice. This is me adding the banga spice. I'll give this a very good stir and I will close it to cook for another 5 minutes on medium heat. Let me quickly say this before we continue. Please, if this is your first time of coming across my channel, please consider subscribing and don't forget to share. Leave your comment and let me know what you think about my channel. So this is after cooking for about 5 minutes. I'm going to be adding the fresh fish. Now, if you're making banga soup without fresh fish, forget it. Even if you're not using this mackerel fish, you can use any other type of fish. Just make sure that you add fresh fish to your banga soup. That will give it the taste that you want. Fresh fish is needed when making banga soup, trust me. So this is after cooking for about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to be adding my bitter leaf. It's not compulsory you must use bitter leaf when making banga soup. You can use utezi, you can use other vegetable of your choice. For me, I prefer using bitter leaf whenever I'm making banga soup. Then I'm going to be adding a generous amount of crayfish. You know, I told you before, this when you know your soup is almost cooked, like in 5 minutes time your food will be ready, just add a generous amount of crayfish. I like that crayfish smell whenever I'm cooking or whenever a food is served. You know, that fresh crayfish smell, it gives me joy. So I usually add crayfish when my food is almost cooked. So this is me giving it a thorough stir. As you can see, our banga is almost ready, but we're not going to turn off the heat yet. So we're going to leave it to cook for another 5 minutes on medium heat. So let me know in the comment section, guys, what would you like to pair with this banga soup? Is it with swallow or with rice? Some people like to eat their banga soup with rice, like the Igbos. They like to eat their banga soup with rice, but me, I prefer to use swallow. So let me know what you like to pair with this banga soup and I'll be reading your comment. So guys, if your banga is like this, you know that your banga is ready. See the oil, everything has settled on top. This is when you know that your banga is ready. You see, I'm just going to give it a stir a little bit so the fresh fish doesn't scatter. So this is him trying to make sure that it's not burning. At this point, the aroma was already everywhere. I can't wait to eat this banga soup. This is the best way, this is the best process you can take to make banga soup, to have a flawless and a delicious banga soup. So if you watched it the very moment, thank you and see you on my next video. Bye bye.